defends with so much pride on the line. And it's played in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Chance here to counter. Cunha wants to run onto this. Amrabat. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rafinha! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Amrabat is there, and he can get that clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And he goes cross-field. Amrabat. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And he's being shifted off it. Great vision. Mazraoui picks it up now. And a header! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
And the series is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Not a bad start to the game, a chance at either end already. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Alex Telles venturing down the left. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's in a great position here. And it's Hakimi. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Alex Telles. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Rafinha. And it's Artur. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. He's having a pop! Great chance! And that is doing no harm at all. Morocco are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Tries a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Not a bad try by any means. Arthur. Matheus Cunha. And that interception was most necessary. Mazraoui. Amrabat. And it's Amrabat. That's a good ball out wide. And it's Hakimi. Approaching the half-hour mark. Rafinha, well seen, saw that coming. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Arthur. Rafinha. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. It's a promising position. It carries far too far and out of play. Arthur. Here's Matheus Cunha. And it's Neymar. Brahim Diaz. Unahi. And it's Diaz. And Amrabat played out to the left flank. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Marquinhos getting this one clear. And that has been slung wide. Crossed in once more. Cleared away. And that is out of play. Mazraoui receives it in a wide position. Threads one in.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Mazraoui. Mazraoui has it out wide and in space. Alex Telles. Arthur. And it's Guimaraes. Now Eder Militao. And it's Guimaraes. And the referee has blown for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So straight into the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Good pressure, determined, intense. Eder Militao gets into a good position. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Out towards the flank. Brahim Diaz. And he's heaved it away. And he's whipped it across. Unahi! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And it's been taken short. Oh, that's neat. Incoming delivery. He's done well to get that clear. And here's Brahim Diaz. Oh, great leap! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Spread neatly. That's tidy. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
It's a good spell of possession, this. And it's Amrabat. Brahim Diaz. It's a goal kick. Alex Telles. Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Talisca. A probing pass. He leaps for it! And that's a sharp finish! Oh, but the flag's up.
Yeah, spot on, although he takes issue with that.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Arthur. A deeply frustrating game so far, certainly in terms of... There's the shot! It's a goal! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Morocco really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
So we have the first goal.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Mazraoui picks it up out wide.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And here's Neymar. And that's been intercepted. Amrabat. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Sends it crossfield. And it's Diaz. Unahi. Now the cross. Tries to get it clear.
Morocco really have been poor. Wayward service is becoming more and more costly.
Brahim Diaz. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Substitution for Morocco, number 19, and the series. Number 10, Brahim Diaz. Coming on the field, number 20, number 25.
Rafinha.
Taking place.
And he has been fouled there. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. He's brilliant! About as smooth as it gets. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring.
Number 10.
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Brazil are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
And it's Arthur. Spread out to the left. And here's Joelinton. Brazil have time on their side now, as well as a two-goal lead. It is just about done. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. And that has been cleared. And now a sudden chance to counter. Aguirre. Plays a sharp little ball here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Tries to play it through. And he's... Decent chance!
Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Brazil have opted to make another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Bruno Guimaraes. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
5 minutes added time.
Now Eder Militao. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. He can run onto that. Chance for a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Now, who's going to be first to this? And it's pulled back. Cleared without hesitation. Morocco do have a chance to counter here. He's found a way through. Can he get on the end of this? That's the end. Brazil are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their... Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We are just getting started. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And it's hoisted clear. And they're quick to get it back. And he's played it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Now it's Matheus Cunha, spread to the right.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
That has ended up in no man's land. And he's managed to get rid. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. Arthur. And it's Neymar. And Gabriel. Brazil ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Now that's well seen too.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Rafinha picks it up out wide. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Impressive jump! And he has kept it out somehow!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Haiti always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
And this is Neymar. He's had it taken off him. And they can counter here. That's a good ball out wide. That has been cut short. Arthur. Oh, Red, nice interception. Now, what about a counter-attack? Distributed tidily. Oh, this looks sharp. Here come Brazil on the counter. Aimed beyond the defence. He slings it in. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Alex Telles. Gets a good foot in there. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. This looks promising. Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Matheus Cunha. Now it's Neymar. So what can they make of this? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Neymar. That is good strength. Neymar, this is promising. It's Neymar! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
And it's made its way to him. And that brings the first half to a close. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So off we go again.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And he's forced to go back. Gabriel. Neymar. Bruno Guimaraes. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now it's Neymar. He's having a hit! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And he's gone looking for safety. Eder Militao. Talisca. Oh, good effort! And he's there to belt it away. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. He's a sharp little ball here. Haiti do have a chance to counter here. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Arthur looking to play him in.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
He has found the way through. Haiti can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Arthur. Great ball, and he's in here. Mathias Cunha! They want to be quick to recover this.
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Played out towards the right wing. Tries to pass it through. Can he latch on to this? That's a decent clearance. Eder Militao. Talisca. Now it's Neymar. And he's been shifted off it. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Eder Militao. And Rafinha. And it's Guimaraes.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Cute ball. Now, how can he reach it? That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Driving forward. Brazil are repeatedly frustrated here in the face of this rearguard. Time is getting away from them. No way through. And that's really well manoeuvred. Rafinha. Talisca. Now Eder Militao.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Great vision.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
So we have movement on both benches.
Camisa 94. Camisa 3. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa
And it's a poor one.
24. Camisa 21.
And it's Guimarães.
Camisa 2.
Alex Telles has it out wide and in space. It's a Endrick! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Arthur. Foot in.
Brazil have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And after a brief check, the referee blows his whistle. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Brazil may have approached this game as a probable win, Peter, and didn't address the basics properly that may have achieved it.
Senhoras e senhores, colaborem com o nosso fundo de reforma do estádio.
Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I'm just so pleased that Andy Robertson here is finally getting the plaudits he deserves. When you consider the journey he's had from the lower tiers in Scottish football, he's become a real success story of hard graft and hunger, and you can really see that in his no-nonsense style. He's won with a very steely, determined streak.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. No, that was never going to make it. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. And that has left him in a heap. Looking for options for movement. And that is expertly dealt with. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And this is Neymar, and it's played in here. Gilmour.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Now that's well seen too. Neymar. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And Rafinha. Played out wide. Nice control. Robertson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Scotland genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Matheus Cunha. Marquinhos. Bruno Guimaraes. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, good effort! Goal! Brazil! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
After 29 minutes is number 10, Neymar.
Brazil penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Gilmour, nicely spread. McGinn, that's going across goal. That's really well cleared. Arthur. Talisca, he's looking wide. Solid defending, refused to be outmuscled. Now it's McGinn. And that has been knocked clear. Alex Telles.
Brazil really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Marquinhos. Now Eder Militao. Gabriel turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Artur. Talisca. No, he's not getting his way this time. Gilmore. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Brazil are looking to break at pace. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Played out to the left flank. Christie. Now, can they get him away? He's got plenty of space out wide here. Gets a good foot in there. Talisca. And that is the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Brazil just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Brazil just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Brazil definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Neymar. Rafinha. To Artur. Rafinha. And that has been slung wide. Great defending, strong and determined. Alex Telles made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. McGinn. Marquinhos gets across to intercept that. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Arthur. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Talisca. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. McTominay. Now it's Adams. Little pass back. Nice sequence of passes this. Just about up to the hour now. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Looking to play him in. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Matheus Cunha. It's a really well-measured ball. Plays a sharp little ball here. And it's Artur. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Christie. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Can he latch on to this? He's shifting through the gears here. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Substitution for Scotland. Number 19.
Scotland choosing to make the first change.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Robertson picks it up out wide. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Talisca showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Goes for goal! Oh, and that should have been two.
Neymar really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Substitution for Scotland, number 10.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Well, the manager must have thought to himself, we're just narrowly ahead, so it's best to withdraw anybody showing signs of fatigue.
McTominay. Neymar. Rafinha. And he's certainly onside here. And a chance! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Brazil still ahead by the game's only goal. Christie. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's been chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! There seemed no way back, but they are level. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Number 11.
We're looking at a different game now.
Scotland really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
And it's Alex Telles.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's McGinn. McGinn. Some really good ball movement. Now it's McGinn. Knocks it into space. Eder Militao deals with that comfortably. And shifted it to the flank. In once more. Marquinhos tries to clear. Spread it left. Now that looks a decent ball. Christie looking to receive it in space. And that will be it. Brazil have done it. They have the draw for which they set out. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
No winner, but a very watchable game as both sides went out there with the clear objective, Peter, and it pretty much ended up as I expected.
And a quick reminder today that parking in the area around the stadium is strictly forbidden. Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid parking facilities in the area.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the...
Shot, surely! And he's done it!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So, a breakthrough already. Now it's Drogba. And this is Batistuta. Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Let's a look and place it forward. Now it's Drogba.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Ball is over the line. Gerrard. Now it's Batistuta. Silvestre promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Now it's Drogba. Oh, well played, well sorted out. This looks promising. Gerrard, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner.
Sagan Tosu are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
O'Reilly receives it in a good position here. Kimmich. Chance for a shot! And now they can clear their lines. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Nicely aimed pass. Pass somewhat off target. O'Reilly. Foot in. Can he get on the end of this? Shoots! And no mistake. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Sao Paulo are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, now's the...
He's having a hit! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And that should get the job done. Silvestre. Drogba dominates aerially so often. He shifted it to the flank. Now there's a... He's had a shot! And it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And with that, he's going for goal! Great strike, a test for the keeper.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
And he was alert to it. And he's quick to get rid. And it's O'Reilly. Some really good ball movement. It's Gerrard! And here's Gerrard. Marquinhos. Drogba absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Played into space. Plays in a cross. He leaps for it! And there's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
Sao Paulo are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
O'Reilly picks it up out wide. Alaba can get it clear. Sagantosu have their second corner now. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Sao Paulo have the chance to go the other way. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep, in towards the back, getting up there! Brought out the best in the keeper. He's rising! And he couldn't keep it down. It's gone for a throw-in. Silvestre. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And here's Batistuta. And he was quick to react. Batistuta. Gerrard. De Bruyne. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Marquinhos makes... So a temporary halt to the action. Well, what a half they've had, cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So let's get the ball rolling.
Sagantosu really have played into their opponent's hands here, Peter, and they need to sharpen up. They'll get chances in this second half, I'm sure of that. They just have to make sure they don't waste them.
And here's Drogba. Oh, super ball. Can he finish? And that's past the post.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Neymar. Oh, it's Batistuta. Searching pass he's played there. Silvestre cuts out the pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Alexander-Arnold plays it in.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
No, that's been intercepted. That's a little off target. Now that looks a decent ball.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Sagantosu clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now, can they get him away? He's a sharp little ball here. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. De Bruyne. Now it's De Bruyne. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, look at the space here. De Bruyne crosses. And it's claimed by the keeper. Now it's Batistuta. And the counter is on. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Messi. In with the challenge. Time and again they are repelled. De Bruyne tries to play it through. He's in one-on-one. He's having a shot! Goal! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Sao Paulo are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. And this is Batistuta. Now it's Messi. And he's managed... And he shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. O'Reilly. Sagantosu are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And he's intervened well there. Rijkaard. De Bruyne wins the duel this time. Oh, they can break here. Half an hour gone in the second half. Now it's Drogba. Looking to play him in. And here's Bojan. Messi. And that has left him in a heap. And he has been fouled there. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Substitution on the field, number 20, Neymar. Coming on the field is number 10, Rui Costa.
So we have movement on both benches. Yamal. That'll be a throw. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Now it's Batistuta. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that has not gone well. Looking for options for movement. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
That is good alertness. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Mendes spots it and intercepts. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And this is Bojan.
That's good play from him.
Always goals. Big chance! It's in! And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Well, they may be down, but they're in no mood to go quietly. Gerrard. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And that's a dangerous ball. Oh, what has happened here?
There will be 3 minutes
Yamal.
added time.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Aimed beyond the defence. Drogba, he has found the way through. Looking for the run. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Gerrard. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Batistuta. And that's that. Sagantosu cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Sagantosu desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
For me, Peter, Albert for...
And Batistuta!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Totti. Totti! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Vasco da Gama really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy.
Oh no, what has happened here? Can he finish? He scored!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Sagantosu finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Passing is crisp and sharp, and he's worked it through. Mohamed Salah has it out wide and in space. Neymar, that's really well cleared. Van der Ven wins the duel this time. And this is Kante. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Picked out, it's Totti! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Nuno Mendes. Gerrard. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Mohamed Salah. Marquinhos. Darwin.
This is the time you need that pace.
Short changes him with that pass. First quarter of an hour gone. This is a promising build-up.
Sagantosu really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And it's Totti. O'Reilly. He is through here! That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Totti. Now it's Gerrard. Messi is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Darwin. Messi. Juke. Always onto this. Rijkaard. Salah. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Looking to play him in. Shot a goal! And there's a goal! And that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Senhoras e senhores, informamos que o circuito interno de imagens está em operação para sua segurança.